Welcome, my name is Franz. I'm a technical marketing engineer focusing on Cisco Secure Endpoint. In this session we want to take a look into an integration use case involving Cisco Umbrella and Cisco Secure Endpoint. As a remediation task, we will disconnect an endpoint from the network after Umbrella blocked malicious traffic. The setup for this use case is similar to the previous use case, where we did real-time investigation on the endpoint. SecureX and Secure Endpoint are in place. Based on an umbrella detection, the demo will show how fast and easy an endpoint can be disconnected from the network. As a pre-work task, an admin configured one or several isolation IP allow lists to ensure that necessary communication is possible. Even the endpoint got isolated. As an example, an analyst should still be able to connect to the endpoint, but communication to the internet or connecting to network file shares or web servers should be blocked. Cisco communication is available at any time, so there is no need to configure secure endpoint communication. Please note, the isolation feature is available with any endpoint license. In this scenario, Umbrella blocked several connection attempts to malware or crypto mining sites. For security reasons, the endpoint should be disconnected from the network to stop any possible malicious network activity or data loss. Secure Endpoint enables an analyst to disconnect the endpoint very fast and easy if the endpoint is connected to the internal or to a public network. We will use the Secure Ribbon app to start the endpoint remediation by clicking the observable search page. There are two options to isolate the endpoint. You can search for an endpoint inside the Secure Endpoint console by selecting Search for this IP. This allows you to check additional endpoint details before isolating the endpoint. In this case, we will directly disconnect the endpoint from the ribbon. To do this, we will use the predefined SecureX workflow, take forensic snapshot and isolate. This workflow generates a forensic snapshot by triggering orbital and afterwards disconnecting the endpoint from the network. After Secure Endpoint isolated the endpoint from the network, the isolation status is displayed in the connector UI. An isolation enforcement notification is shown to inform the user about the enforcement.